Sarcasm is tough to pull off in conversation. The Cambridge Dictionary states, use of remarks that clearly mean the opposite of what they say, made in order to hurt someone's feelings or to criticize something in a humorous way.
Nice day we're having.
Oh, yes!
What?
He said nice day, but he covered with rain.
So?
So he said this when your brain know it's not really nice day.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes, he said the opposite. It's funny.
Yeah, I get it. Nice day.
Oh, now you're funny too. Oh.
Now this definition is easy to understand, but sometimes tough to pull off. Not only that, there are many situations sarcasm can apply to. When's the right time to do it? How should we pull it off? Are there different types of sarcasm? Well, that's what we're going to do today in this video, with the help of the greatest sarcastic character of all time.
Checking out the Chan Chan Man.
That was surreal.
The first way to use sarcasm is self-depreciation.
Whose little ball of paper is this?
Oh, that would be mine. See, I wrote a note to myself, and then I realized I didn't need the note, so I balled it up, and now I wish I was dead.
The idea here is to criticize yourself in a serious, yet not so serious manner. This helps alleviate tension or reduce the impact of criticism against you.
Chandler, it happens to lots of guys.
I'm not worried. I'm fascinated. You know, it's like biology, which is funny because in high school I failed biology, and tonight biology failed me.
You can also use sarcasm to indicate helplessness or a lack of control. This helps mask vulnerability with humor.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
You're gonna leave me like this?
Knowing you're here, waiting for me, I think that's kind of exciting, don't you?
Okay, but if you don't come back soon, there's pretty much nothing I can do about it.
It is important to note that self-jokes, especially the sarcastic kind, can be misconstrued as flippant. Try to avoid sarcasm in serious conversations. The second way to use sarcasm is to point out the absurd. Sarcasm can help deconstruct silly arguments. When basic common sense fails, why should you follow basic logical protocol? Help them recognize their silliness.
We have to assign heads to something.
Right. Okay. Ducks is heads because ducks have heads.
What kind of scary-ass clowns came to your birthday?
This is best used when the argument you're trying to make is so obvious and flies over their head that you have to exaggerate your point so they truly see the ridiculousness of not understanding your logic.
You okay there?
I can't believe you two had sex in her dream.
I'm sorry. It was a one-time thing. I was very drunk, and it was someone else's subconscious.
Look, what if you could keep the apartment and get the tickets?
Done.
Let me finish. Talking about a bet. Winner takes all. So what do you say?
No.
Just do it!
Oh, I'm convinced.
What's great about this is that you don't have to be overt or straightforward with your message. It can be subtle, allowing them to recognize their own silliness.
When I had insurance, I could get hit by a bus or catch on fire, you know? But it wouldn't matter. Now I gotta be careful?
I'm sorry, man. There's never a good time to have to stop catching on fire.
Next, you can use sarcasm with double meanings. This is difficult to pull off as it requires multiple perspectives and multiple interpretations.
And it's a book! Oh, it's Dr. Seuss!
That book got me through some tough times.
There is a little child inside this man.
Yes, the doctors say if they remove it, he'll die.
This type of sarcasm is effective when you break frame and use different planes of reality. Like I said, this is extremely difficult because you are juggling multiple ideas mid-conversation.
Well, see, now that I can see crying over, but Bambi is a cartoon.
You didn't cry when Bambi's mother died?
Yes, it was very sad when the guy stopped drawing the deer.
It's possible. You are very lovable. I'd miss you if I broke up with you. You're just trying to be supportive.
I'll be supportive like a guy.
If I broke up with you, I'd miss you.
Even common sayings and cliches can be warped to your diabolical desires.
Some girl ate Monica.
Shut up. The camera adds 10 pounds.
So how many cameras are actually on you?
Sarcasm can also be used to point out the obvious. Similar to number 2, except this time you're not pointing out what's wrong. You're pointing out what's not wrong. As in, there's something that they're overlooking and it's right in front of their face.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning rounds. All right? We're gonna destroy you.
Want to bet?
I'm so confused as to what we've been doing so far.
It doesn't have to be malicious. More of a reminder for them to turn towards common sense.
Relax, okay? I can get this open. Anybody got a coat hanger?
Oh, I do. Oh, no, wait a minute. I took it out of my shirt when I put it on this morning.
This type of sarcasm is powerful because it allows them to come up to their own realization without directly calling them out.
Well, despite the yummy bagels and palpable tension, I've got pants that need to be altered.
Oh, hey, Chandler, when you see Frankie, tell him Joey Tribbiani says hello. He'll know what it means. You sure he's gonna be able to crack that code?
Sarcasm can also be used for insults as well, and it can be scathing.
Come on, am I 19 or what?
Yes. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the dumbest a person can look, you are definitely 19.
That was direct. Sarcasm, in my opinion, is best used indirectly because you can display wittiness. Anyone can point out the obvious. It takes smarts to insult someone on the down low.
Why don't you go see Frankie? My family's been going to him forever. He did my first suit when I was 15. No, wait. 16. No, excuse me, 15. All right, when was 1990?
Okay, you have to stop the Q-tip when there's resistance.
Wow, you look just like your son, Mrs. Tribbiani.
Note that sarcasm doesn't have to be a personal attack on one's character. It can also be used as judgment against concepts or ideas.
Please try to keep it down. We're trying to start a boggle tournament.
Joe, if these people find out they're playing spelling games over there, there'll be nobody left at our party.
Lastly, this one I call Sarcasm in Action. It's difficult to utilize sarcasm, but even more difficult to find opportunities to physically act it out.
Well, I'm really sick of your smoking, so I brought something that is going to help you quit.
Oh. Nope, that patch is no good.
This could mean turning your body into a tool to make a sarcastic statement.
We're grown-ups. This kind of stuff isn't supposed to happen anymore.
Oh,
No. Oh, no, wait a minute. I have no one.
Or using the environment around you, which is much more difficult, but hilarious if you can pull it off.
So I figure everyone at the audition is gonna be wearing this kind of, ultra-hip, high-fashion stuff.
And you're gonna make them all disappear.
Yeah, like you could find something as sophisticated as this. Done.
One note is that this type of sarcasm depends heavily on context and situation, more so than any other form of sarcasm. You run a higher risk of embarrassment as you draw more attention to your response. Your action must match the narrative, or you risk looking foolish. Now it's just getting practice in. If you're uncomfortable or unsure when to use it, direct your remarks more towards the situation rather than other people. That way, people won't feel insulted. Focus on enhancing a conversation rather than criticizing, and you'll do fine.